In today's video, we will talk about Oslo. Oslo is the capital of Norway. This city is known for Holmenkollen, which often is referred to as the Mecca of cross-country skiing. I will come with advice for skiers who maybe are thinking about visiting Oslo, or perhaps consider organizing a training camp there in the summertime. By the way, this video is exclusively about the summertime. In the wintertime, other locations in Oslo might be better alternatives. Where should you do your training and what kind of sessions do I recommend when you're there? The first alternative is the obvious one. Roller skiing in the roller ski tracks in Holmenkollen. This might be the best roller ski arena in the world, and the tracks are very hilly and challenging. On this arena, you can do both longer sessions and shorter sessions and train specifically for the attributes you need to improve. In Holmenkollen, you can get a nice view of the whole city. There are also several hotels close to this arena, which all have decent standard. Many active skiers also choose to do roller ski sessions starting from different locations further down in the city, for example from Maridalen or Smestad, and get a lot of hill work all the way up to Holmenkollen, where they have two alternatives. 1. Doing the rest of the session in the roller ski tracks, or 2. Continue the climb for 3 more kilometers all the way up to Tryvann, which is the place in Oslo which is the furthest above sea level. For cyclists, the segment up to Tryvann is also a very popular and prestigious challenge that you should try. There are also other roads in this area where you can do your intervals, like these roads where you see the national team is training in this video. This road is called Gjøkbakken, and some people claim this officially is the steepest paved hill in Norway. There are many different roads around Holmenkollen, and all of them have good asphalt and a lot of elevation. The next session I would recommend is running with or without poles to Tryvann. There are 2 options. 1. To start the session at Sognsvann, as you see the national team is doing in these clips. This gravel section is about 7 kilometers long and is ideal for higher intensity running sessions, either with or without poles. The second option is to start on the other side, which is called Sørkedalen. Here you will get around 4 to 5 kilometers with steep uphill, mostly on gravel. You're running either parallel or directly up an alpine hill, and this is where most skiers in Oslo are doing their capacity sessions in the summer and autumn. Sørkedalen is a longer, flat valley with decent asphalt, where many active skiers choose to do their low-intensity roller ski sessions. Some are also doing higher intensity sessions, like you see Sundby is doing in these clips. Nature-wise, Oslo is definitely not the most spectacular place in Norway. You'll find countless destinations in Norway with more visually appealing nature, and this is a typical example of normal field landscape in the southern eastern part of Norway. However, just because the nature is less spectacular doesn't mean Oslo is a bad place to visit. This is a big and modern city with all kinds of facilities, and it can get very hot in the summertime, which means, if you're lucky with the weather conditions, that you can enjoy your vacation with tanning and taking a bath in the sea. On the other side of the city, you'll find a similar valley with relatively similar length and shape, but just with slightly worse asphalt, and it's called Maridalen. There is a bigger lake near this road, but on a roller ski session you can unfortunately only see this lake on a very short section. Many skiers choose to do typical sessions like roller skiing in Zone 1 to Zone 2 on this road, and some people do cycling sessions as well. Oslo is surrounded by a large forest area, and these areas are called the Western, Northern, Eastern, and Lillomarks. If you enjoy gravel riding, then Oslo is definitely the destination for you. No matter where you choose to start, you'll find countless gravel roads, as long as you're located somewhere within this enormous green area you see here on the map. There are several videos about gravel riding in Oslo out on YouTube, and you can look them up if you're interested. This is a gravel paradise, and some of the places you'll find in this gigantic forest area are quite nice. You can travel through the whole forest by train and cycle your way back. It's also possible to buy food at some of these cabins in the woods. Next, running. Where to run in Oslo? The whole green area you see on the map has unlimited numbers of trails and gravel roads, and you can run forever in this area and still find new routes you've never tried before. It doesn't matter where you start your session, you'll find plenty of trails no matter where you go. Oslo is not only known for Holmenkollen, but also for the Bislett games. On Bislett, which is located in the center of Oslo, there is an indoor arena where you can run on track with stable conditions, regardless of the weather outside. The great thing is that this is actually free. You don't need to pay but can go straight in there and do an effective indoor session without any registration or anything. A few kilometers away, you'll also find another sports arena, which is located right next to the Norwegian School of Sports Science. This is right next to the place called Sognsvann, that I also mentioned earlier in this video. Sognsvann is a nice lake, and if you run around it, it's 3.5 kilometers long. Sognsvann is an excellent starting point for all kinds of outdoor activities, and it's possible to travel to Sognsvann from the center of Oslo by subway. Have you heard about the ski team called Team Bygdø? Bygdø is a peninsula on the western side of Oslo. This is a fantastic spot where people often enjoy great summer weather with swimming, tanning, partying, etc. The royal farm is also located here. But the reason I mention Bygdø is because it's actually an extremely popular place to do jogging or running sessions. There are nice gravel trails and relatively flat terrain around this area with a nice view of the fjord. If you're just looking to have a short and easy running session without much challenge, then this is the place to go. Another option is to run up to a vantage point called Vettakollen. This might be the spot in Oslo with the best view. Getting up here includes for the most part trail running, with stones, roots, and rough terrain. There is also another vantage point on the other side of the city, which is called Grefsenkollen. Doing roller skiing or cycling sessions in this uphill is one thing many skiers choose to do. However, this hill is not very long, and Tryvann is a much better option for these types of sessions. In the middle of the forest within this area called Lillomarka, you'll also find another nice spot called Barlindåsen. However, finding it can be a bit challenging, and there is quite a distance to run in order to get there. Within these vast forest areas, you will find many different tourist cabins. Two of the most popular are Chicket, which is located about here, and Ullevålseter, which is located here. It is both possible to cycle with a gravel bike and to run, either on trails or gravel to these cabins. There it is possible to buy both a coffee and a soft drink. There are also many other cabins throughout this huge forest area, and many of them actually have accommodation options. Next chapter. Which gyms do I recommend? SATS Colosseum is a great overall gym on the western side of Oslo with all kinds of equipment, however it's often very crowded. An alternative with more space is the Great Gym, also on the western side of the city, called Magnat Center. This gym is meant for athletes, and it has some advanced equipment and machines like the Kaiser machines where you can measure the peak power output precisely. Magnat Center has also a lab where you can do all kinds of testing and you can discuss training and get coached by some of the most knowledgeable coaches in Norway. By the way, I'm not paid or sponsored by anyone to say these things. Everything I say in this video are all honest opinions. A cross-country skiing-specific gym is the one located in Holmenkollen, called Holmenkollen Treningslab. On this lab, you can do roller ski treadmill training, physiological tests, and strength and technique training with guidance from skilled coaches with high-level experience. Two other places I recommend if you're in Oslo and you're going to train are the following ones. These places are not in the Oslo municipality, but they're just outside. 1. Fornebu. This place is only a 10 to 15 minute drive from the center of Oslo and is a roller ski paradise. It's large and a totally flat area with good asphalt. These paved trails without traffic are ideal for roller skiing, and there are plenty of them at Fornebu, but they also extend further west, and also the other direction, all the way into Oslo and through the whole city. The next one is a place called Nesodden, which is a large peninsula located outside of Oslo. You travel by boat from Oslo. The boat trip is exactly 23 minutes. Nesodden is a great place for both cycling, running, and also roller skiing, as you can see the national team does in this video. Nesodden is known for being a summer paradise, where people enjoy good weather on the beach, etc. It is also a lot of great running trails, and cycling all the way from Oslo to Odden with a boat trip back or the other way around is a popular training route for cyclists. There is also one more roller ski paradise in the Oslo municipality that deserves being mentioned. This location is called Lillomarka Arena and is a roller ski track on the eastern side of Oslo. It's relatively new and is extremely well designed and has optimal asphalt. If you want to train specifically for cross-country skiing in a roller ski track, you have two main alternatives: Holmenkollen or this one. Okay, so now you've heard some recommendations on where to train when you're in Oslo, but I would also mention one more thing. If you try to roller ski or bike somewhere within this area in the middle of the city, it's pretty chaotic with traffic and not ideal, even though it has gotten a lot better the last few years after the municipality made these bike trails. If you want to roller ski and not being interrupted, go to some of the places mentioned in the outside parts of the city or in the roller ski tracks. Oslo is overall a pretty good place to train in the summertime. Do you want to see more of these types of videos? Let me know in the comment section down below. Hope you enjoyed the video and make sure to like and subscribe.